Oh, well, go ahead. Go ahead. You're all right. Go ahead. You're fine. What's going on, guys? Dalton with the D, back with a brand new video. I wasn't really planning on riding today, but I got called into work for a class for some training, and I figured what better time to take the bike. Now the weather looks pretty shitty. It looks like it's gonna pour at any moment. However, it says it's not supposed to rain until this afternoon, but I went ahead and packed some Ziploc bags just in case if I have to pull over and put my camera and my phone up. I don't really mind getting wet, I just don't want my camera and my phone getting wet, so we'll see how this goes. It's been a minute since I've been on the bike, man. I haven't really gotten to ride in a few days. I got out and I recorded a little bit so I could get another video out. I wanted to wait and have a little time for the video with me riding with Not a Grom to get a little attention and get some views, and it's actually been pretty cool. I've had several people that have said, hey, I came to your channel from Not a Grom, so I appreciate that very much. Cody's a really cool dude. I know I said that in the video for anybody that's watched it. He really is a cool dude, and a lot of people seem like genuinely nice people on YouTube, and they're dicks in person, and Cody is really the same person. You get the same person on his YouTube as you do in real life. He's no different. He's genuine, which is nice. It seems like a rare thing nowadays with a lot of people, but so I've had several people come up and not come up and send me messages or leave comments and say that they've come from his channel, so it's greatly appreciated, and everybody that watches the channel is greatly appreciated, not just people coming from his channel. But oh, well, go ahead. You're all right. Go ahead. You're fine. It's my fault. Sorry about that. Alright guys, we're back. I had to go for a quick meeting class by continuing education. So as I was on my way to work, it dawned on me that I made a pretty critical error this morning before I got on the bike. And that thought led me into a new video idea. And that's good habits that new riders have that they lose over time with experience. When you first finish your motorcycle safety course, as a new rider, you're armed with the knowledge and the skills, the strategies to be a safe motorcyclist in all aspects. And because you're a new rider, and you A, don't want to get hurt, and B, don't want your bike to get damaged, are very aware of these things. And you get in the routine and the habits like you were taught in the class. But over time, you get cocky, you get confident, you got a feel for the bike, and you got some miles under your belt. And these things that were a routine habit that you didn't even have to think about kind of get on the back burner every now and then. You may not just let it go completely at once, but you don't do something one time and you think, well, I'm just going for a quick ride, it's not important. And then another time and another time, and before you know, you've completely neglected the basics of motorcycle riding safety. So with that in mind, let's get into it. Number one, not doing the pre-ride inspection, which was the mistake I made this morning. I got called into work. There was a class. They were going to wait on me because it was their fault. There was supposed to be a notice posted about this course that we had to come up and take, and they didn't do it. So it was their fault, but I still didn't want to keep the lady that drove 3 hours to get down here to teach this course waiting, so I had to hurry up and rush and do. I did not do my pre-ride inspection. I'm not going to go over the pre-ride inspection. Anybody that's done the course and rides motorcycles should know what the pre-ride inspection is. But my concern is my tires more than anything at the moment, because it's been cold. It's been cold out lately. I haven't checked my tire pressure. My tires are probably low. And I thought to myself as I was leaving the house, it's not that big a deal. I'm just running to work and back. I'm not going to be doing anything crazy. But that thought process is what leads you to be lying on your back somewhere in agony, thinking what the fuck just happened, or looking at a destroyed bike because of your lack of good judgment. And over time, I catch myself, well, I'm just gonna run across town and back. I'm not gonna be gone 10 minutes. And I catch myself once not checking doing my pre-ride inspection. And then it becomes not such a big deal to do it again. And then again, and before you know it, you have people that ride, not saying I do this, I don't do it all the time, but what you end up with is guys that never do their pre-ride inspection. They never check their bike, and then they go out and they wonder why they're stuck on the side of the road somewhere, if they're lucky enough for them to just have a flat or something else. But guys, it's very critical. Do your pre-ride inspection. That short time that it takes to go over your bike and make sure everything's in working order like it should be is critical to keep you from having a bad day. Number 2, listening to music on a motorcycle. Now this is a touchy subject and you'll get various opinions from various different people. Me personally, I don't think it's necessarily 100% wrong to listen to music on a motorcycle within reason. If you're listening to music at a moderate level and you can still hear everything going on around you, that's okay. If you have noise dampening headphones on and you can't even hear your own bike, that's a problem. And a lot of people's counter to that is, well, you don't have to hear your bike, you can feel your bike. And that's great. You can feel your bike all day long. You can't feel what's going on around you. You can't just feel it. You don't have spider senses. Having a clear, focused mind is one of the key components to motorcycle safety, and your senses allow you to do that. They help you do that. So if you have music blaring in your ears and you can't hear what's going on around you and you're distracted by it, it's not conducive to safe motorcycle riding. If you can ride at a moderate volume and still be attentive to what's going on around you, there's nothing wrong with it, I don't believe, personally. That's just my thought process. I love to ride to music, especially when I'm on these nice county roads, these 2-lane highways out in the middle of the country. Everything's fine, I can do that. When I get into big cities, I tend to turn my music off because I really have to pay attention to what's going on around me. And I'm not saying I don't pay attention out here, but it's different. It's very different. Driving out here is way different than driving in South Austin on 35. So like I said, at the end of the day, listening to music can be a bad habit formed by more experienced riders. And this is not to say some newer riders don't do this. Some people don't have respect for motorcycling and the dangers that go along with it. And they go out there willy-nilly and they don't care and they don't think, and then they end up splattered on the side of the highway somewhere. Number 3 is one I feel like a lot of experienced riders really kind of fall into, and that is not continuing to practice your riding skills. Now, not being able to make a tight U-turn might not seem like a big deal, but it's one of the most basic riding skills that you learn in the motorcycle safety course. And not being able to do so can be a hindrance at times. Whenever you need to do so, if you can't do it, you've got a problem. Things like being able to dodge, being able to evade debris in the road. Out where I'm at, there's a lot of countryside out here. It's very common for animals to run out in the road. Squirrels, turtles, raccoons, possums, armadillos, hogs, deer. People have cows that get out. And I know some people might chuckle at that last one, but it's a seriously real hazard out here. And I don't know if anybody's seen what happens to a car or a truck that hits a cow, much less a motorcycle. If I had a cow on my motorcycle, that's pretty much it for me. So how quickly can you see the threat in the road, evade, and recover safely? And the more practiced you are, the more proficient you are, the higher the likelihood of successfully evading whatever threat's in the road and being able to stay upright, stay safe, and get home safe. Those are just a couple examples of basic riding skills that people don't continue to practice over time. How many times do you see experienced motorcyclists in an empty parking lot practicing these maneuvers? Very rarely. But that could be the difference in being able to successfully avoid a hazard in the road or having a pretty bad day. Number 4, not wearing the proper gear. Squidding it up. Now let me preface this by saying 99% of the time I ride with helmet, jacket, gloves. I don't have riding pants like I need. I usually wear cowboy boots because I don't have my motorcycle boots or shoes yet. But 99% of the time, I wear most of the gear you're supposed to have. But that other 1% of the time is the problem. And that's when you'll go down. You talk to a lot of people that have never crashed in their life, never had an accident in their life. They crash when they had no gear on, and they pay for it. I don't know if you've never seen road rash, a motorcyclist go down with no jacket or no gloves. Go look at the road rash you get from laying a bike down at 60 miles an hour. Pavement versus skin. Skin does not win, ever. Not to mention not having a helmet. And guys, I don't ride without the helmet. Now, if I'm going to take my bike, if I have my bike out on the sidewalk and I'm going to put it up, I might take it around the block. I have taken my bike around the block in a pair of shorts, and that's it. And a helmet. God, don't get me started on a helmet. I do not ride without my helmet. Now, if I take my bike around our block 10 miles an hour to put my bike up, I might ride it around with no helmet. But I do not get on this bike with the intention of going riding with no helmet. I respect people's right to not wear a helmet if they should so choose, but I'm borderline narcissistic. You know, I really love myself, and I have a wife and kids. If something happens, I would like to be able to come home and see them another day. And I've seen too many people that have died in motorcycle crashes that might not have, and you never know. You never know. You can't say for certain, well, the helmet would have saved them. You don't know that sometimes. But would you rather chance it? I just personally wouldn't. Not to mention I can't make videos with no helmet, so.
Alright guys, that about wraps up today's video. Leave a like, comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Subscribe if you're new. Guys, the channel's growing insanely fast, and thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to continuing to bring the best content that I can in a timely and consistent manner to the best of my ability, weather permitting sometimes, but I'm trying to get enough footage to be able to compensate for these rainy days and still be able to get some videos out. So I really do appreciate it, guys. Like I said, thank you so much. Keep your eyes peeled for the next uploads coming, hopefully here in the next couple days. But until then, we'll see you next time.